Hey everyone, Pepka here, back with another replay review with Salah Magouche again. He liked it so much, he wanted another one. So here we are. He's playing English against Doc Impaler. He's gold. Doc Impaler is plat. And so English was Ayubid. Let's see what he does. So generally English versus Ayubid is good for English because Ayubid, I don't know, the Ayubid meta I feel like is still kind of up in the air. One, not a lot of people play Ayubid, so I feel like I just don't see what they do a lot. I feel like Fast Castle is still very popular for Ayubid. I think another variation is just doing a soft, like, you know, not like military wing into a few units, and then you pressure, and then you go castle. And that gives you a little bit of flexibility because if your opponent's booming, you can drop rams with your camels and push immediately. I think for English, if you think he's in a fast castle, you give Council Hall all in, and your longbows allow you to shut down that fast castle really nicely. Or you get 2TC. 2TC English is just kind of good against everyone because you're so defensive. So we see you running that. Let's see how it goes. Food is a little bit of an issue, but here's my first point, Salah, is that on wetlands or any map where you have really good food sources really close, Hill and Dale is the same way with the deer. Just immediately go to that. You should have, on start, to save your sheep, you should have just immediately milled here and gotten the 2 shoreline fish. You also could have milled up here for this shoreline fish, and that allows you that if you're getting pushed during the 2TC fast castle, you have the sheep to use, because there's very few sheep on wetlands, so you want to save them. Go use the shoreline fish. Go use the shoreline fish. They're very good. They're very quick. And you can get, that's 1,500 food between these 2 ponds you can get. No problemo. Okay, what do we see? We see that is, okay. So if you see this tower, just like for same thing Abbas said, the location of the towers denotes their age up. Problem of Ayubid is that they have 2 possibilities per age up. So growth suggests either more villagers or free wood. So if you see the more villagers, he might just be going for an all-in. If you see him all of a sudden basically drop a second TC very quickly, it means he got the wood. He gets 350 wood instantly, so all he needs to do is collect stone. So you can still check if you see stone, that means he's going 2TC. So it looks like you're both going 2TC. Question is he going to go in and make... Okay. So the question is he going to attack? I.e., is he going to drop immediately units and go, or are you both rushing castle? That's what I'm curious to see. I like that you're positioned by the gold. That's what you should be. You want to be closer, though. You need to see, does he have a lot on gold here? He does. He has 8 on gold. So the scout should be scouting his nearest gold, because you really want to see, if he has like 3 on gold, he's making units. 8 on gold definitely says, yo, I'm rushing castle. Let's see, you are not. You're going units, dropping the archer range immediately. And here's the thing. If he's going castle, I just think you go castle. That's good for you. If you go castle, you have the white tower, so you can have a very defensive base. You can get your farms up, which is really good for you. And you can do that without fear. And I think in castle, you have the counter units. You can make crossbow, spear. Crossbow with like spear, meta, arm, front line, and you're fine. My small suggestion is I think you should have put the second town center here to front cover the gold and then give another space for safe farms. This stops you from making another full set of safe farms, so I would have liked that TC here to set up these 2 spots for safe farms. A big thing for English is always asking, how do I set my base to make my farm super safe? And then you could have white towered like here to protect your TC, the gold, and these farms right here. You could have like white towered here to protect farms and gold. Okay, you forced them to make spears. That's good for you, actually. But I think you're actually slowing yourself down by doing this. Like, how are you going to push them, honestly? If you push him, he can just rush castle. And remember, a key thing about Ayubid is that they can age up while still gathering resources. Now, the interesting read here is that he is far away from his food. Like, I guess what you can hold in the 2TC environment here is that you burn through sheep very quickly. So if he's not a farming civ, he's not Abbasid, then he has to be on food. So the read there could be, especially on wetlands, I'm just going to push because there's not enough food and I can attack their food sources. But do you know that? If you make like 3 more longbows, you can just walk in and be fine. I like forward scouting here. You need to find his food. Where's his food? Oh, he's making farms right now. But okay, so a key thing for wetlands, berries and pawns. If I'm looking for where my opponent is, I'm just checking pawns, man. I'm just going and I'm sending my units, because you would have run into him right here on the pawns. That would have been big. Man, he got really lucky with his wall. Look at this wood line. That's crazy, man. Anyway. You know, we're pushing. You getting your farm set up? I would start walling too. That's really aggressive farms on the side there. You found him on this. Nice, nice. Circling back. Okay, the key is you want to... Oh, that's a... He has more units than I would have anticipated. So the key here is you want to walk basically into his farms before you start shooting. Because if you shoot from the outside, he can run away. You want to get on top of him before you start shooting. He saw you. Okay. 2, and he's aged up. So once again, the bonus for him, he can age up without... and gather resources the whole time. The other thing, it looks like he didn't do the fast age up. He did the dervish, so he's going to get immediate units. You're aging up as well. Like this white tower spot a lot more for you. Problem is your eco isn't necessarily protected, but this does prevent a forward push, and all your production is safe. So we'll take those. You need to get horticulture ASAP. Wall up the right side too. You didn't scout the right side at all, honestly. There's a gold over here. That's it. He is going to get the relics, so you're both 2 TC. You did a few village kills, but he's going to get the relics right now. I like how you're protecting this one. What's your front line? What are we running here? Spears? I would do spear or men-at-arm mix, because if he does mass camel lancers with archers, your spears will struggle. So having a few men-at-arms in there to soak archer shots is actually really key. Way to grab a relic. I love that. Finish the walls. You saw him go heavy cav, so the second you see that, you need everything walled. I like the forward tower. You're pumping units right now, man. That's really good. I want to see more eco adjustments. So whenever you're waiting for the tower to get up, you're grabbing relics, you're putting down walls. You have a bunch of wood, right? So pull villas off wood and make more farms. I think you also should be gathering stone. At this point, you've entered castle, you're safe, you're not being pushed. This is why I like to put 6 to 8 villas on stone, because you just want to base, and those villas should just stay on stone. They just go from stone to stone, and your goal is to just get enough to drop a keep on the next forward resource. So for example, like a keep here would be really good, because you protect the big gold and the small gold, or a keep over... No, actually, that's huge. A keep here's big. You get this gold, and basically secure that stone. Wetlands, as you can see, there's not a crazy amount of gold on wetlands. Or is this marshland? God, what's the name of this place? Wetlands, okay. So there's not a lot of gold. You notice there's like this big gold vein. He was super lucky. He has a big gold vein in the back of his freaking base. And then 2 golds. Like, his spawn was so good. Look at these golds. That's actually ridiculous. But yeah, you need to secure your big gold. This is technically yours, and you got to secure it with a keep. And so a big part of castle is getting the stone to get keeps to secure space. I would want to scout with this army. Where's the scout? Where's the scout? We take a fight. Nice. So this is what I like about the siege change, is that if you invest too much in siege and your melee is doing great, your melee just kills his siege. But this is a good opening fight here. He has to back up. Push, 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 push. Still be making units. Oh no, keep pushing, keep pushing, keep pushing. Keep pushing. Okay, now we back up. Great longbow. Oh, he's finally starting. Put those longbows on line or staggered. Line or staggered. Line or staggered, make sure that a mangonel shot isn't decimating your front line. You just need to be pumping men-at-arms, man. So during this fight, I can tell you're hard microing this fight, right? You have lost unit production, and look at your resources. You have them on the ropes. In this type of fight, when you win the initial and you're pushing to his base, consistent unit production is the winner. Also, horticulture. Please get your eco upgrades. Next level wood, horticulture. You're getting your attack, which is great. But if you had just been pumping men-at-arms here, which you kind of are, but like sending them forward, that's what you need. Just men-at-arms. So that's why it's really critical. You have an easy hotkey to do this. For example, that's all your production, right? So I put it all on 4. So while I'm fighting here, I can still be microing without having to go back to my base. I can click 4, tab, www, tab, wwqq, whatever it is. Tabbing allows you to go through your options. So I can tab for more villagers, and then tab, and then tab. And this allows me to not have to move. I can still stay on the fight, watch it, and then get more units coming forward. So put everything on one hotkey and then use tab to move through it. Because man, the men at arms and more ranged, and you're golden. You just keep pushing. Oh no! Snipe the. I see the vision. You got in the back, which is nice. I like these little dives. Should I get to villagers? You gotta push again. See another push here. Love the forward tower. I see the vision. Next one. It's all coming together. It's a lot of that's a lot of mangonels. I think he's over investing in. Ooh. Okay, so what do you do there? What do you do there, right? One, I think when you see that many mangonels, you back up. And this is when you have to add in horsemen. So if your opponent's super committing to siege like this, I saw you try to run past his units to kill him with your men at arms. Your men at arms are slow. And so if he has enough units to kill the men at arms, he can trust that his Mangonels will kill all your range, which they did. 5 at this point is getting dangerous. So the counter here is you gotta throw down some stables and get horsemen. That's why basically with this, ever since with the new siege changes, I am pure, like I am dropping like 4 or 5 stables in castle, because horsemen are just so useful. And what you'd have done is when the fight was taken, you push your horsemen out to a flank and run them in, and they would have sniped those mangonels instantly. Second thing you can do is you can make a bunch of springolds. Springolds actually are doing pretty well against frontline infantry. Have like 5 or 6 springolds so you can burst through the infantry and then have your men at arms run through and hop on those mangonels. It's not over yet. You have the white tower. I would rally under white tower at this point. Rally under white tower. Adding more to our eco. You're doing a lot better this time than that's all I'm saying. Oh. Okay. Berkshire. Don't know how I feel about this Berk. One, you're covering an area you've already covered. Your white tower's already covering this. Your Berkshire's covering the same thing. Your flanks are super exposed. If you wanted a Berkshire, I would have liked to hit here. Why? You're protecting your 2 golds. These are your only golds left. I know you're starting to trade, but that takes a minute to set up. I would have Berkshired right here. But Windguard's also great because the Windguard Rangers and the Windguard Footmen are super, super good. So if you're not about to die, I suggest Windguard for the better units. Enclosures ASAP. There we go. But if you feel in danger, actually Berkshire a forward resource that you need to protect. No, don't. Why'd we push? That push was extremely ill-advised. You didn't need to push, right? One, you know your upgrades hit, but if he doesn't want to push you, get your next level upgrades. Drop a university, get your fire arrow, get the things you need. And what did I say? What'd I call? The second I said your flanks are actually not covered with that Berk, and now he's raiding through your food eco. That's why it's critical that into the castle, into the Imperial Age, you have to start stonewalling, because cav raids are freaking killer, man. Cav raids are freaking killer. Like, your eco is better than his. If you guys continuously fought, you'd come out on top because your eco is much better than his. But now he's in your food, you're going to struggle to continue to produce units. So this game really came down to that initial push, you not reinforcing that push. You could have kept going. Second, it was not fully securing your flanks. Wood walls are good at first. As the game continues, it's got to be stone. Stone as soon as possible. Third, your imp landmark should reflect your current situation. If you guys are even, go Windguard to get the boost and better units. If you're kind of behind or in danger of losing resources, Berkshire. And really, you should have had to keep on these golds even earlier. But much better than last. Already I see a lot of improvement in this game, man. Oh, and lastly, always start including horsemen in Castle Imperial, just purely for siege snipe, or great for raids. So you can take a fight forward and then have your horsemen come in an opposite side and raid food eco. Hope that was helpful to you. Let me know if you have any questions, and continuing good luck on your games, man.